Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And I'm sure as you figured out from the title in the photo, we're expecting a baby, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's not crazy because we've been trying for a baby for almost a year now. We started trying last December and it's November now, so it's not surprising, but it's surprising. Mostly just because we've gone so long trying and without anything happening. And I mean, I know there are people out there who try way longer than a year, but I really expected it to happen sooner. So I was kind of starting to get a little bit disheartening and thinking it was never going to happen. And then it did. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys all know. Mike and I are so excited. I just got the official call from the doctor today that the blood work came back positive because I had the positive urine test here at home, which I actually used the Dollar Tree pregnancy test, so those work. But we did get the call back on the blood work, and it is for sure positive. We are for sure expecting a baby. My doctor said from looking at the blood work, she speculates I'm between 2 to 4 weeks pregnant. I'm thinking it's closer to 4 weeks because, and I can get on into all this in a minute, I have some reasons for thinking that. Anyways, yeah, I just want to come on here and announce that we are pregnant and expecting a baby. It's pretty insane. I do plan to do regular updates as updates are needed. I don't know if I should do them like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like, how often do you want me to update you on my pregnancy? This is my first pregnancy, anybody wondering. I've never been pregnant before, so this will be our first child. Mike doesn't have any kids. I don't have any kids. We just have our fur children, Banjo, Oliver, and Molly, and now we're going to add a fourth one. We can go ahead and go over symptoms, I suppose. As for symptoms, and what kind of tipped me off to thinking I was pregnant was, for like the last 2 weeks, okay, so we'll go back to the very first me thinking I might be pregnant. And this would have been about the middle of October, and I had my last menstrual cycle the very last week of September, totally normal. And then about 2 to 3 weeks into October, so about the middle of the month, it was in the middle of the week too, I just had this random 2 days of like spotting, which was completely abnormal for me. And my thoughts to that was, oh, I wonder if I'm pregnant, because I've heard that when you get pregnant in the egg implant, sometimes it can cause bleeding that's almost menstrual-like. It can go anywhere from like spotting to almost like a flow, but it doesn't last very long. And for me, it lasted about 2 days. So right there, I was kind of like, what's going on? Because that never happens with me. So, you know, the month continues, and probably about the last this is going on the 3rd week, because, you know, it's Thursday now, so this is going on the 3rd week. So for the past, 3 weeks, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping. I just can't seem to get comfortable at night, and I keep having like hot flashes and cold sweats. So I'm like up and down all night, so I'm like, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold. I'm kicking the blankets off, pulling blankets on. I can't get comfortable with the pillows. It's kind of weird, and I feel like I'm too early on in the pregnancy to be having this kind of discomfort. But I feel like I need to sleep with, I have like these really big king-size pillows because we have a king-size bed. And I feel like I need to sleep with one. One of them's quite long. They're both quite long. But I feel like I need to sleep with it like along the side of my body to like for my stomach to lay on. Because on one side of my stomach, I just can't get, like I can't really lay on that side, which is the side I sleep on the most. I just can't lay there very comfortably. And I definitely can't lay on my stomach at all. But I feel like I have to have that pillow if I want to lay on that side of my stomach, which I'm guessing that's probably where the baby is probably on that side. I don't really know how everything works. I guess I'll find out. But that's kind of weird. So like for the last 2 weeks, I felt like I've had to sleep like that with a pillow, and I've been having like those hot flashes on and off all night. And then I've also just been noticing, and this has really been the past week for the most part, and it's just kind of increasing day by day, but I've just been having extreme exhaustion. And it's like I'll get random bursts of energy throughout the day, normally right after I eat something, but for the most part I just feel completely drained and tired. And this is the first day this whole week that I've sat down and felt like filming anything, so I've just kind of been trying to knock out a bunch of videos for you guys. I did call off work today because I got very little sleep last night, but it's been really nice, like, being able to sit down and relax when I need to, compared to being at work and, like, I'm being on my feet the whole time, chasing after little kids, and, like, not being able to take a break, which my boss knows that I'm pregnant, and if I needed one, I'm sure she'd give it to me, but I only work for 6 hours, and giving up control and asking other people for help and assistance is going to be something completely new for me because I'm an extremely independent person. My mom was over the other day, and she insisted on cleaning out my litter box because there's the risk of you can get, I think it's called toxic plasmosis from cat litter. But I did some research, and, like, they pretty much have to be outside cats for them to give you that, which I've had my cats for over a year now. If they're going to give me toxic plasmosis, I think they would have done so by now, and they're both inside cats. Neither one of them have been outside since they were 4 weeks. Well, I've taken Banjo outside on leashes, but he hasn't, like, done any digging or anything like that, so I find it highly unlikely that either of them have that, and my plan was to get, like, a mask and gloves to clean the litter box, and my mom insisted on doing it, and she just got up and done it, and it just, I appreciated it, but it made me feel really uncomfortable because I'm not good at relinquishing control. I'm so independent and so used to just doing things my own way, like, that's going to be hard for me. But then another symptom I had that really kind of made me think, on top of the spotting, was I had some acid reflux, which I have never had heartburn or acid reflux in my entire life. But I was just driving down the road, and it just, like, started bubbling up in my throat, and this is probably 2.5 weeks ago now, and it was just, like, this really weird, uncomfortable feeling in my throat. So that right there was the reason that I went and got a pregnancy test, because it just felt so uncomfortable. And I actually got 2 pregnancy tests. I took one pregnancy test about 2 weeks ago now, and it was negative. That was, like, right after I had that, like, acid reflux. Like, I was literally on my way home, passing the Dollar Tree. This happened, and I was like, ooh, I think I need a pregnancy test. So I pulled into the Dollar Tree, picked up a couple, and went home. And I took that pregnancy test that evening, and it came back negative. And I know you're supposed to take them in the daytime, but I just I've never done them in the afternoon, and I've had a couple of people tell me it doesn't matter, and I was just excited, and so I was like, whatever, I'll take it now. And it came back negative. This last one I took it Monday, this past Monday, so today's Thursday. I took it on Monday, and I decided to go ahead and take it because I completely missed my period for October. Other than having that 2 random days of spotting, I completely missed it. So, and I was, like, having all these weird things going on, and I was like, I think I need to take another test. So far, that pretty much sums up all the symptoms I've been having. I have been having a little bit of issues with some smells. Mike and I went down to Comb Palace the other day for cheeseburgers, and my dog's on my foot. I didn't know what that was at first. But we went to get some cheeseburgers, and on the way home, like, just the smell of the food, like, it wasn't nauseating and it wasn't disgusting, but it was just so strong and overpowering to me, I had to roll down the windows. And then the other day at work, my boss put in a turkey roast for dinner for the kids that evening. And I love these things. When I very first started working at my job, she had one in her crock pot, and I thought it smelled amazing. And so when Mike and I went grocery shopping, I had to get myself one, and we ate it, and it was awesome, and I love the way it smelled. Well, she had one going earlier this week in the crock pot. Oh man, that was rough. I couldn't decide if I liked the smell of it or if it was disgusting me, and it was just because it was so overpowering that I just about couldn't handle it. As for cravings, I haven't really had any cravings per se, but I've been eating a lot of, like, salad, because salad just sounds amazing to me. And green leafy spinach, I haven't bought any, but I've really been thinking about green leafy spinach a lot lately. I don't know if that's a craving and I'm wanting it, or if it's just because I know that's really good for the baby's development, but I'm definitely thinking about buying some. I'm not the biggest fan of raw spinach, but I've been thinking about eating it a lot lately and kind of want some, so might be picking some of that up to toss in with our salads. Again, I'm not so sure that that's necessarily a craving, because I don't know, I mean, I've never really had a craving before, like a pregnancy craving, but I've been thinking about it a lot, so. And then I guess I do have one more symptom worth talking about, and my boobs have been killing me. Oh my goodness. I mean, today's actually, like, been fairly good. In fact, like, they haven't been as sore. But, like, for the last couple of weeks, my boobs have just been killing me. I've been miserable with my boobs. Like, bra on, bra off, doesn't matter. They just hurt all the time. And I feel like they look bigger. I was talking to my husband today, and the bra I have on, it's a fairly new bra. And it was fitting me perfectly. Now I'm kind of starting to spill out of it a little bit. So, I don't know if your boobs get bigger when you're pregnant. I mean, I know that they do, but I thought it was, like, towards the end of pregnancy, not, like, at the beginning. So, I don't really know with all that stuff, but my boobs hurt. That's probably the worst of it right now. I haven't had any nausea or anything like that. Well, I did this morning, but I think that was, a lot of it was because I was so exhausted. And then, like, my car ride to work, it just didn't set well with my stomach. I've been having a lot of feelings of being off, like in this whole stomach region, upper stomach and lower stomach. It just feels off. Like, that's the best way I can describe it, like off. Like something's out of place, something's not right, it just feels off. But I did try to call off work, and it was a whole thing, and I showed up because I didn't want to be a no-show. My boss hadn't got my message, and I walked in the door, and she's like, oh, I just got your message, you can go home if you want to, so I went home. But my whole ride to work and, like, back home, like, and I think it was because I was so exhausted. I didn't eat this morning because my stomach felt so off. I was like, if I eat anything, I might throw up. So I didn't eat anything, I was exhausted, and I think the car ride to work just kind of made me feel a little sickish. Not in a, like, I'm gonna throw up right now kind of sick, but just kind of like it could head that way kind of sick. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything for pregnancy update. I mean, I can go ahead and give you a belly shot if you want, but I don't really have a baby bump or anything going on. I'm just fat. So, here's what my stomach looks like, what we're starting off with. Nothing really too exciting going on right now. Still fairly flat. I mean, a little lumpy right here, but that's where my pants are laying, and they're kind of like causing a pooch. But otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, not really pregnant looking from the front. So, yep, that kind of wraps up my announcement, I suppose. Again, let me know in the comments down below how often you want these updates. Do you want them weekly, bi-weekly, once a month? Whatever works best for you guys. Yeah. So, I think that's pretty much it. We're having a baby! I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Please subscribe if you've not already. I will definitely be doing this in like a whole playlist, so if you're just tuning in and you're interested in anything, it'll be in a playlist. It'll just keep on coming with everything I have going on. I definitely want to be as accurate as I can with any information I'm giving you guys. I know myself, when I first thought I was pregnant, or first found out I was pregnant, I did a lot of like YouTube Googling, like, you know, what's other people's symptoms, what's going on with other people type stuff. So, you know, if anybody else out there is a new mom and you're joining the mom club, come join me. We can hang out together and get fat together. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.